So I've been told bits and pieces about the Girls Frontline 2 like cuckoldry drama or something like that. I don't play Girls Frontline myself, so I was not in the loop, but I've been told bits and pieces, and from the bits and pieces I have been told, I was laughing my ass out. So I think it's only time that I finally got caught on with this absolute gem of a drama or controversy or whatever the fuck this is, because I think I'm gonna love this a lot. So, Yango, enlighten me. What is your wisdom?
What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and another video. So as some of my subscribers may know, I'm a massive aficionado of an anime mobile game called Girls Frontline. Like, I created an over half-hour video guide on getting into the game, even though I knew the game is already dead, so the video would just be watched by other GFL players, looking for any misinformation I have so they can comment on the video. Well, actually, Iango, like, congrats Dungeon Guardian 745, you did get me. I did misspeak in a major way on Great Carcana. Anyways, point is, I'm a massive aficionado of GFL, made a couple bids and stream the game often if there's an event, so obviously, ever since I saw news of Girls Frontline 2, I just couldn't wait to play the game and make videos on it.
I'll be honest with you, I would give Ghost Frontline 2 a try if it wasn't for like this whole entire drama. Like, let's all be honest, when a game is about to be released, and immediately before it was about to be released, the game had a controversy, a drama about cuckoldry. It just kills my interest in the game, man. 2024 is looking to be great.
Oh, wait. Audible gasp. So since its release in China about a week ago, Girls Frontline 2 has been getting review bombed, which we've seen quite frequently with other anime mobile games in the past. But usually the reason is
that
very
always
boring,
happens.
like bad rates or censorship. Like yawn, players are upset about their boob sizes again. Not interested. Next. I'm just bored of that type of drama. Luckily, the reason for review bombing Girls Frontline 2 is a lot more creative and funny. The reason players are review bombing this game is because they feel like they got cucked by an NPC that's not even in the game anymore. Let me just repeat that again since I know it sounds absurd. Majority of the review bombing from the CN player base relates to them feeling like they got cuckolded from a fictional, non-existent NPC character. And
wait, non-existent NPCs? So are you talking about like they don't exist in the game, like chronological storyline anymore? Like maybe they ever got deleted by the dev, or they got killed in the story? Maybe?
And I really just want to browse the general CN player-based comments myself and revel in the comedy. But before I indulge myself
I
in
want
that,
to
I will
know this
first
so
catch you
bad.
all
What the
up on the
fuck does
drama,
CN
and to
people are
do
doing?
that first, we need to go back to Girls Frontline 1 and its oath
Okay.
system. So in Girls Frontline, you basically play as a commander whose subordinates are a bunch of humanoid robot sex dolls with guns, and you all work at a PMC called Griffin. You're basically
Yes, the classic, like, you know, like you're the king of this giant anime go harem. Yep, you know, that's literally what gacha games always do. They just feed into that absurd fantasy.
basically Andrew Tate,
Whatever.
except you didn't have to buy a Bugatti to fuck mid bitches. You just joined a PMC to fuck hot gun robots instead. And obviously,
I'll be honest with you, this sounds way better. We want to, like, you know, do a little dirty with the robots, huh? I am literally just saying that just for the comedy at this point.
the game allows you to practice polygamy and marry multiple of your guns with what is called an oath ring. It's honestly just some dumb side thing unrelated to the main story of the game, but oathing will increase your stats and also just enhance your fantasy of having a
Which game actually did this first? Was it Kantai Collection? First time I ever heard of this kind of marriage system in a gacha game is Kantai Collection. So I'm guessing that's where it came from. If anyone knows, they can tell me in the comments or something like that, which game pioneered this concept.
sex doll gun waifu or whatever. Well, unfortunately, it appears that a lot of players in China took this marriage very seriously with the T-doll Type 95, who happens to be very popular in China due to her being based on a Chinese assault rifle. Keep the
Oh,
name
why am I not even
95 in
surprised
mind,
about
as
that?
she is going to be the cuctress in the story. So now we get into Girls Frontline 2, and what the
Amazing
setup to the
vocabulary.
sequel is that the Griffin PMC disbands, and the commander, which again is you the player, and his dolls go separate ways. Then, the actual story in Girls Frontline 2 is a time skip to 10 years later after the PMC disbands. So, in many of the doll's story events, a good part of the lore will be what the doll was up to during those 10 years. And unfortunately, Type 95, whose name is changed to Diane in the sequel, was not faithful to her oath ring. Basically, what happened is that during Diane's introduction event to GF2 in the closed beta test, she had a bunch of dialogue with another NPC named Raymond. So Raymond is this Giga Chad right here, and the astute viewer will take notice that Raymond is of the male gender. And though there was no confirmation of any sexual relationship between Diane and Raymond, the CN players still found it to be too ambiguous. But most insultingly to CN players, from the data mine of 1.5 hours of Diane voice, 66 mentions of Raymond appeared, 50 of which used Diane's unique name for Raymond, Mr. Raymond. I just
How is that a unique name? It's just Mr. Raymond.
Want to help Mr. Raymond. I think Mr. Raymond has carried too much psychological baggage in this incident. The number of times the player code commander appeared was 0. Now, everything I've covered.
So it wasn't even confirmed she was married to Raymond. So even in the data mined, there was literally not even a single shred of solid evidence that both of them spent any time in an actual intimate relationship. They could just be really good friends. Maybe he did something in the past within, I don't know, those 10 years, those fucking decade where she owed him some debt, maybe? And the CN player just took that as a sign that she is cheating on the player, where you're not even actually marrying them canonically. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of this thing of, you know how like back in like the days where like us guys would take any kind of like kind gesture from a woman, maybe them staring at you, helping you pick up something out of the kindness of their heart, and then they just run with it saying like, yo, hey, you see that? You see Susie over there? She said hi to me, this morning and helped me, like, carry some stuff to class today. I think she's into me. This is those kind of people, but in reverse, because they think that just because like their imaginary 2D waifu is, I don't know, being a little bit too intimate in a friendship way with another guy, when there potentially might not even be anything going between them, but they just immediately took it as she's cheating on them, and now he's berating her, like domestically abusing her. Like this, in all honesty, like I actually think you should never be allowed to marry any kind of anime girl, because I swear to God, these motherfucking players, if they actually is any kind of family household simulation going on, these motherfuckers would absolutely commit domestic violence on their waifu.
So far was drama from about a month ago during closed beta test, and since then our Lord and Savior Raymond was deleted from the game and replaced by a female NPC. I think her name is Lily or something, and you would think the story, which
in all honesty, haven't you figured that, just because you release it with a female NPC, maybe it could also be in that L word relationship. I mean, it's 2024. The idea of same-sex relationship is not a new concept anymore.
Story ends here with the ambiguous straight relationship being replaced by the ambiguous lesbian relationship. Surely that would make everyone happy. Well, unfortunately, it did not, and actually the opposite happened. As after Diane's release, players took notice of a curious change in her design from the original closed beta test. So when paused around 37 seconds into the PV, players took notice of this interesting pendant on Diane's left wrist that did not exist during the closed beta release of her. And upon
Sure.
inspection of the pendant, it looks like a bolt of lightning. And what the
Okay.
genius theory crafters over on CN deduced was that if there is lightning, then there also must be thunder.
Okay.
And if you notice the character for thunder in Chinese, and you type in Raymond, Raymond shares the character of thunder in his name. And this has caused the CN player base to go full autistically unhinged, and that's where we are right now. So honestly, for the rest of this video...
They did detective work, guys! They did it! Oh my god, they did absolutely detective work! They did it, they did it, they did it. Good job. This is some 4chan level detective read right here. Oh my god, dude, these people are not real. In Asmongold's word, these are not real people. These are people who have lost grip of reality, self-center, and everything, and of themselves. They have lost themselves.
I just want to revel in the comedy that is the CN player-based comment sections. Here's a disclaimer. Just remember that 95 and Diane refers to the same humanoid doll. Well, let's just start on the Billy game store and see what the reviewers are writing. Let's put it this way, this character was ruined by your official hands. The key has been completely destroyed. It's the kind of thing that can't be saved, no matter how hard it is saved. Really, go and ask. There is no man in the world who is willing to spend money to support other people's wives. I sincerely advise players who like 95, for her own good, to leave this game and ignore it. If no one plays, it will fend for itself. If no one plays a service game, it will not survive. This is a misunderstanding.
Oh my god, these people. Oh my god, dude. And these are the people who are supposed to be like the biggest money maker for these gacha games. There's something wrong with China. I'm just gonna say, there's something wrong with that country.
It's not what you think. I just simply like the atmosphere. Raymond asked me to go. They're all best friends. It's very simple to drink. Ignore Mr. Raymond. I can't help I'm thinking like this. I don't know my best friend. I'll tell.
But now I think about it, I'm pretty sure like this isn't just confined to China. I think there's also something that happens in Korea and Japan as well, right? You know, the whole entire idol stan culture thing. Oh my god, think about it, also gives me a shiver.
Tell you when I get home. I didn't even talk to Mr. Raymond. It's really just the atmosphere. Mr. Raymond just ignored me. Rub it, wear it. 1 millimeter means keeping a distance. Mr. Raymond took it off while I wasn't paying attention. I took medicine afterwards. I just made a mistake that normal girls would make. Don't worry, the child is definitely yours. Maybe I ate too much soy sauce during pregnancy. Putting myself into the perspective of the command.
Did they write a fucking erotica in the comment section just to... Man, these people, man.
I felt that 95 was interested in Mr. Raymond. Then I realized I was the commander. The clown is actually me. I was sworn to you in my first year. How can I feel so embarrassed? Was this copy written by a female writer who hates the harem and advocates the great institution of monogamy? Finally, I accidentally recharged the monthly card, but I don't want to help support other people's wives. Can I apply for a refund if I'm a minor? I can understand that you want humanoid.
Here's the thing, if you're a minor, maybe you shouldn't be spending that ludicrous amount of money on a fucking 2D and non-existent woman in the first place.
To have its own life, to enrich the characters and make the plot more vivid. But buddy, this is not a humanoid having its own life. This is a humanoid having its own love. After watching P90, Jeonju, and Diane, the humanoid kid have a story. But why is that story inseparable from love and cuckoldry? Originally, I was planning to play it, but when I saw it, yesterday's score was a 6.2. In just 1 second, it became a 6.0. I went on the internet and searched for Mrs. Raymond. It shocked me as a mere passerby. Damn it, the score is 5.9 now. Thank you to everyone in the comment section. I gave up on the idea of downloading this game. I do not want to buy other people's wives. The plot written by the writing team is true poop. Is it because the cerebellum is not developed well enough that it can no longer have basic thinking logic? Writing such unnatural things is purely to treat everyone as a fool, right? P.S. Writing team thinks it's fun to write poop, right? I think it's also fun to give a 1-star rating. Whose wife is this?
Oh my god. I I have nothing to say to about these people. These are people who should not have the right to vote. Whatever it is that they think, whatever kind of thoughts, whatever kind of opinions they have, it's just never worth listening to.
95 is innocent. In my heart, 95 is loyal, reliable, brave, and tenacious as a warrior. Now the character of Diane is just a character holding a 95 gun. It doesn't matter who holds a 95. Everyone just acquiesces in the combination of weapons and humanoids. Bound together? I don't think so. But you, Yongzong, and the shitty writing team have connected the weapon of protecting the masses with your dirty, vulgar taste and Western.
If you're gonna like put the actual gun on the pedestal that much, why don't you just go and buy the actual gun and use it as your hug pillow? Maybe put like a makeshift flashlight on it and then just imagine yourself, no, not imagine yourself, just actually like having sex with it. How about that? Jesus fucking Christ, these people, they should not be allowed to speak anything. And holy shit, what the fuck is this picture?
And corrupt cultural ideas with our sacred weapon. You really treat the players as fools to make money. Go fuck yourself. 95 is 95. Diane is Diane. Yeager was right about humanoids. Hold on, what is this?
What the fuck is that? I don't... Who the fuck
Oh, I
is...
see. So, the CN players are hardcore simping Yeager now. Okay, so to explain this quickly, Yeager was an antagonist in Girls Frontline 1 who basically believed T-Dolls, which are the AI humanoids you command, are deadly and disposable weapons that cannot replace true human comrades. And in-game, you the commander are more—
Wait a minute! This guy's not a fucking villain and he's speaking the truth! He's advocating for humanity rights. Maybe we're the villain all along, huh?
Or like, no, Yeager, my weird gun sex doll things would never betray me. But now that the Rizmaster Mr. Raymond has metaphorically thrusted his 8-inch cock into Type 95, the CM player base is just circle jerking how right Yeager was all along now. In the dimly lit tavern, the down and—
Yo, how many of you would willing to bet that if they ever get a hold of a certain type of adult entertainment that features this character and that Raymond, you know, going down in a dirty ditch, how many of them would actually turn around and just started enjoying and reveling in it? Because I'm willing to bet that there are some of these motherfuckers that would.
out commander smelling of alcohol looked at 95, who was talking and laughing with Mr. Raymond not far away. After the last sip of the inferior beer in the cup, he buried his once proud head deeply into his hands on the wall. The figure of the respectable soldier flashed in his mind. Yeager, come with me, and rushed towards the military again. Mr. Raymond, Mr. Raymond, Mr. Raymond, Mr. Raymond, Mr. Raymond, Mr. Raymond, Mr. Raymond. The humanoid is indeed untrustworthy. Brother Yi is right. Only death can separate Yeager from his loyal men. But for the commander, all it takes is one Raymond. Commander Griffin, but you were betrayed by 95 10 years later. Oh, they're getting married. So sad. I hope when doing it with Raymond, he can call me by my name so I can feel a little involved. Former Griffin,
you know what?
legendary
Maybe that guy had the right idea.
But the Type 95 betrayed you. I would rather see 95 sacrifice herself rather than become Mrs. Raymond, because
So you would rather have the person you love die if it means maybe, like, I don't know, she would go with someone else that she may find better happiness than spending time with you? God damn, I hope you never find a spouse or anything like that, because I would fear for them.
she is not that kind of person. She cannot fall in love with a terrorist. She is a warrior who protects the people. This is not her. Raymond, look, Commander, this is how 95 is used.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man? Like, that was a trip and a half. Jesus Christ.